I'm here to present to you the problems and opportunities that lay in Bowman and Deal's four frames. So first, with the structural frame, John Wiley and Sons Sales Support Group was in a grouping by process. So they worked off of a queue system where tickets were assigned by managers. They weren't assigned fairly, so managers would assign tickets to their favorite employees. So this vertical coordination that was happening should be more of a lateral coordination. So more formal meetings and informal exchanges would benefit the innovation of the employees and their ideas. Second, for the human resource frame, Bowman and Deal said a good fit benefits both. John Wiley and Sons employees applied to this position as a dead-end job. So I think there's an opportunity for John Wiley and Sons to invest in a Gallup hiring tool to maybe hire people who want to look at the job as a segue into a sales rep role. Next, I'm going to talk to you about the political frame. So uncertainty avoidance was used because a lot of the people were getting laid off and fired. There was an opportunity there for transparency and investing more in employees for John Wiley and Sons because they deserve to know what's going on. And last, I'm going to talk to you about the symbolic frame, which is the lack of awareness in the mission statement and values and goals within the company. So John Wiley and Sons owns their building, and they have a huge opportunity to put the mission statement on the wall or more visible on the website. Thank you.
When looking at the 7S framework, it's very clear that there's no alignment around strategy. In fact, this is a work environment that is not positive and not productive. Quarterly reorganizations, an archaic ticketing system, an autocratic leadership style, no to limited career development, and no visible mission or company values is leading John Wiley and Sons down a road to failure. This negative work environment, as we've seen through our research and analysis, causes people to leave the company and creates high turnover. Reorganizations, when not done well, create confusion and anxiety. The use of coercive or position power leads employees to feel like they're not empowered and there's little incentive to work harder. Use of an archaic ticketing system means employees can't be their best and they're not as productive as they should be. And finally, no clear vision, mission, or company values means that employees cannot come together around a common purpose.
Thank you, Lynn. So the congruence model is how groups interact and fit within an organization. There are four inputs to the congruence model. First is the environment. This is all factors outside of the company that can create an impact. A good example of this is actually the managers assigning random tickets to well-liked employees, causing chaos within the team. Second is the resources. This is the company using different benefits as an asset. For example, is their HR department. Their HR department should really be building a better relationship between the employee and the employer. Third is history. This shows the past events that may affect the company currently. One good example is the management team not seeing the historical turnover on the team. And last is strategy. This is a decision made by the company that will help control all factors in the environment. So really management needs to look at the poor constructed team and really focus on employees' needs. So within the congruence model, there are key organizational components. The first one is task. This is to fix the ticket process and the employee's needs. Next is individual. This is to really raise the employee's morale in the company and on the team. Third is the formal organization arrangement, which is really for management to fit the needs of the employees on the team. And lastly, informal organization is really to change the unfair processes on the team. Now I'm going to pass it over to Brendan on the recommendations.
Thanks, Mike. So now going into the recommendations. So really the mission is key to creating a structure that is beneficial to the organization. It really creates purpose for its employees, shared value in the 7S model, foundation of strategy in the congruence model. Now going into the 4S recommendations, starting off with the structural, they need to adopt a lateral coordination structure and assign tickets by function rather than through a hierarchy. Another thing they should do is start using a hiring tool such as the Gallup Strength Finder to ensure that Wiley & Sons hires the right people for their sales support team. Also, they should create a development program to transition support team into sales reps. Now going into the human resource frame. The plan for the future will give employees confidence in the company moving forward and provide a sense of purpose. Also, providing the sales support staff with more autonomy to solve customer service issues. This will lead employees to feel empowered, as well as create a more effective system to solve customer problems. Now, finally, going into the political frame, communicating a mission and vision would inspire the managers to allocate resources more effectively for the business and minimize conflict. And in the cultural frame, now they have 200 years of publishing experience. Wiley & Sons has created educational materials that has educated U.S. presidents and other important individuals. Now, they really should start using this to their advantage to really create myths and legends behind their work.
Thank you, Brendan. Moving on to the 7S model and our recommendations. Structure, we need to change the structure so that there's a more of a horizontal or orientation, so that we can have a clear established chain of command for service tickets and things that need to be done. Systems, automating the ticketing process and developing a system that prioritizes tickets that come through, and skills, enhancing the skills of the leadership and the managers so that we have the right people doing the right thing, and direction of the managers being given to the subordinates. Staff, providing better training and better screening of staff, so we have, again, people with the correct skills and the correct job. Style, setting clear parameters for the sales team to work with, and also working on how power is distributed so that we have competitions among for commissions among the employees, and some team building, and shared values, embodying the mission statement, and transparency, and also autonomy among the people who are doing the work in the sales support staff. Moving on to the congruence model, recommendations. Again, a clearly communicated strategy and mission. This is a theme throughout the presentation, is critical. And the aspects of a successful strategy that are critical, defining a mission that is consistent with the market and the products that Wiley & Sons wants to be in the business they want to be in. Improving employees' engagement, again, through training, and building upon the rich history of the company, which is one that's over 200 years old, that has contributed a lot to education in the United States. Ultimately, the congruence model is about pairing components together and having them complement each other, and some of the various components, individual, the organization, the tasks. None of these things are compatible clearly at Wiley & Sons. And through mission, through structure, through training, through autonomy, these are all the ways in which we can bring these things together. Briefly on tasks, by creating workflows so that the tasks are consistent with the overall mission of the company. Individuals, changing management styles and providing training that people can grow within the organization. Formal organizational arrangements, so valuing employees as the most valuable HR asset. And the informal organization, creating some goodwill among people who have to work together, eliminating favoritism and the kinds of things that managers are doing to keep morale low, turning that around. So, thank you.